Now we're going to look at the arm drag from butterfly guard. There are a lot of videos out there about this, but today I really want to focus on the space. Space is the most important thing in jiu-jitsu, learning how to make it, close it up, and control. You're going to find that when you lead into movements through transitions, that spacing is going to be a lot different than if the position was stagnant. So we're going to look at this spacing, specifically the space between your back and the floor. My earlier videos, we talked about making sure that you have posture, that you're up on your side, or excuse me, up on your bottom. Today we're going to look at how to make that and how to use that immediately to get our arm drag. So I'm in the butterfly position, and you can see that my hips are back. Fred is lightly squeezing here. You can see that it's bowing or unbowing my knees a little bit, cutting down on my hip movement. This is great. If I try to hit the arm drag right here, it might be very difficult. Now, Fred is a great grappler. He comes in and he flattens me down. This is a problem, all right? I need to get back up. I need some space. So the first thing I'm going to do is control on the insides of the elbows. Even if these elbows are in nice and tight and he's holding hands on the biceps, which can be very common, it will be easy to do this move. So when I control on the insides of the elbows, I'm just going to pull out lightly. We're not trying to really separate them, but I want to have the elbows break contact lightly with my thighs. From here, I'm going to push away with my legs, lightly lifting. The goal should not necessarily be to move to your opponent. Sometimes that will happen. I'm a large guy, so that works for me. In the event that you're smaller, it's totally okay to move your body. I'm going to demonstrate both ways right now. So keep upward pressure with my toes a little bit. I move Fred back and I sit up. You can see that his posture is broken. This is where it's going to be a little bit easier to feed into our arm drags. Stay right here, please. In this event, where I can't move Fred, it's totally okay to move your hips and sit up. So it doesn't matter whether you move your opponent or you, the leg motion is going to do the same thing. Now you can see that his posture is broken over here. This is a much different type of position than him sitting all the way back. If they sit up, cool, you got a bunch of space, you can start doing collar snatches and all those other things that you like. If Fred is down, it leaves a pocket for you to bring the hand in right here very easily. So my hand comes in, I like to actually grab that pocket in the armpit right here and control. Now the space is jammed up here. It's not going to be easy for me to pull the arm across my body unless I use this space back here. So when I want the arm to come across the body, I'm going to lay back to pull the arm across and then sit up. From here, I'm going to take my hook out, start looking towards the back, and come up. Doing it slow can be difficult. We'll look at it a couple of times so you can see what I'm talking about. So he flattens me down. This is a problem. Hands on the elbows a little bit. Oh, I move my body. Hand comes into the armpit, grabbing here, nice and tight. If he's putting pressure into me, cool, still very easy. Come up, grabbing the pants, grabbing the belt, take that leg out, all the way up to the back. Oh, Fred flattened me out. Bummer, right? Hands on the ankles. This time I'm moving Fred. I sit up, my arm comes across into the armpit. Falling backwards to bring that arm over, nice and tight, come up the back. Uh-oh. Here, right? So this time, I move myself and sitting up, hand into the armpit. Falling back, pull that arm across, nice and tight. You can see my head is tight against his. If he tries to sit up, you can use that to ride all the way up into a nice seatbelt position. So the important thing here is making space for that arm to come across the body. We do that by falling backwards at the same time pulling across, and you can use your back bouncing off the floor. Bouncing your back off the floor is a great way to keep some momentum. Come all the way up to the back.